this.
And
Another
besides, which, if ever there's a body in Kent, they're not really, they're not very good men and women, actually.
Hello.
Tofik, somebody's coming by audio. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
the
fine.
moon. I guess
Whoever
Fatam.
you are, welcome.
Hello, Moon.
I guess Fatam is joining. I guess. Okay, let's see.
Is it Fatam?
She's
Tofik.
connecting, baby. Yeah, Fatam. Yes, she's
Oh,
connecting.
okay.
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 Wait.
Well, thank you for coming, Fatam. Oh, yes, she's the moon. My daughter has these cosmic names for herself. The moon, the earth, the stars.
The
She
moon.
tortures me like my
that's
husband.
lovely.
Listen. The moon. Are you Fatam? Can you hear me?
Yes,
She can't
I'm
show her
Fatam.
face, so don't tell her what to do.
She's
I
coming.
like
Come
the
on.
moon. The moon is a lovely name. My granddaughter's middle name, you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's Muna.
What?
Muna.
What? Luna.
Oh,
Wow.
Muna is actually a tree in Australia. Muna. The Muna.
In French,
that's
we say.
cool.
In French, we call it.
Oh, and there she
La
is, the
lune.
sun, the moon,
La
and the
lune.
stars.
Hello,
Woohoo!
Fatam. Assalamu alaikum.
Woohoo! Moon.
Welcome.
Hello. Nice
Okay,
to
How
meet
are
you.
Tofik,
Do I
take your
don't know. Do
time
we
to
know
get
each other?
test
I'm not
names
sure.
again and tell him it's
I might-
time.
Okay, he's coming. Okay. Go
So
ahead,
is
Fatam.
Christmas, Tofik. So is
We
Christmas.
know each other. Do you know Leah?
Okay, for Tom, my husband moves as quickly as you do, so we know we'll. By the time he gets him
Oh
here,
my God.
I'll be 90. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm not waiting for people who are slow because you know what? They don't care enough to come on time. I don't have the time for them. So I'm going to tell you about some wonderful trade. We don't have to introduce ourselves. We know who we are. If it was strange people, I would do Tofik's idea of a 2-minute introduction for everybody. He thinks he's my boss. And I told him, you know what I told him? Go back to Morocco. Nobody bosses American women. How do you like that for Tom?
Hi, how are you?
Inshallah, for Tom, inshallah. When are you coming home to mom for Tom?
I'm still waiting for some plans.
You're looking for flights. Okay, let's torture Tofik together. Okay, wonderful. I couldn't think of anything that would make me happy. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to start the meeting right
Does
now.
Moon know me, Leah?
I'll tell you why I want Fatam here. I want Fatam here because this is the year of the woman. When I say the year of the woman, there are lots of women's projects being funded. I just got Christine Yakama funded from Kenya, and Gordon Tappa, who is a UN, the president of the African Congress from the UN. He is going to fund her women's projects, which are wonderful. And at the same time, he is going to bring a mission of people to Kenya, and they're going to build a hospital for these poor women to be able to be treated for what men did to them. You know, I feel that men in general, they're not very useful. So in other words, they're going to, that's what they're doing. I was very excited. And how
That's
did you
fantastic.
guess who? Mom, I actually told Gordon about Christine. I said, come and listen to the project. And he said, definitely 100%. So he came, he listened, and we conquered. Now, and I don't mean we conquered, but we got help. We're going to get help for these women. And that's what Lynn's Kids is all about. I'm not changing my meeting entirely, because Leah and Fatam know everything. I'm not going to say they know everything, but they know. Fatam, show your face. I love you. You see any men here other than Dad? No. So
I'm not a man for sure.
Okay, so here we go.
I have a
I'm
problem.
only not showing my face because I'm ill.
I know, Leah, that's fine. Leah's my soul sister. Fatam, I think you've heard about her a million times. She is from the UK, and Fatam is from Oman. So I'm going to start the way I was going. I'm going to start the way I was going to start. And if I don't have people here, I'm not going to stop. And I'm not certainly not Tofik introducing people once they come in. If they're not here now, there's no introduction. Got it? Okay, that's the way we're going to go.
Okay, go
Now,
ahead.
I want to talk about some projects that are near, and since nobody else is here, I'm going to change my whole thing. You know what it's like to start a meeting and have to change everything? That's fine. We're going to talk about the core of LK. Now, a lot of wonderful things are happening in LK. I don't even know how to tell you how all these things happened, But I'm gonna start with mine first, and then I'm hoping that Mohammed will come in. What makes this year has been, the last 2 years have been very rough. To be honest, the last 12 years have not been easy for me, but the last two were very tough. So I decided when Tofik got sick, all of a sudden I had all this endless energy. And I thought God gave me that energy. There's my beautiful daughter. God gave me that energy so that I could take care of him. And I really believe that Allah, Hashem, we always say Allah and Hashem together because that's what we practice. That Allah
He's
Hashem
one.
gave
He's
us,
one.
yeah.
Allah is Hashem and Hashem is Allah.
Yeah. So that God gave me the energy so I could take care of him. So then I went about and I said, okay, I'm going to start doing some projects with New York Cares. We are a New York Cares partner. So if I want to start my own project, I get all the volunteers from New York Cares. I don't even have to look for Lynn's Kids volunteers. It really works out. When you come for Tom, I will take you to some of these projects and you will see. The most important thing is we are having a meeting on December 6th. It should be in the UN or one of the buildings of the UN. So that in itself is an accomplishment. And we're really going to be discussing women's empowerment and Lynn's Kids. But I'm going to have a lot of other people talk about what they're doing. Like Roy Paul is going to talk about Sensibility, which is a wonderful program. I wish I had it because both Tofik and I are very bad with money. It's a project that teaches financial literacy to children. So when they get to be older, they know how to spend money. So that he's going to be talking about that. We have people coming from New York Cares. I'm not sure who it's going to be, but there will be a representative of New York Cares to talk about wonderful helping hunger projects and other things that they do in New York. We are having people from all over the place. My friend Fran is coming to represent Lynn's Kids from Seed to Soup Kitchen, where we plant the seeds with the kids and we wash off the seeds and then we send the seeds. Once they grow, we send them the fruit and vegetable seeds. We send them to take the kids, literally take them to a soup kitchen. Feeling, therefore, I am empowering myself. I am giving back, and I am a member of society who is a useful citizen of society. Because the kids today are very egocentric, and I'm sure you find that where you live, for Tom. The kids are very, very, oh, hi, it's me. You know, I'm wonderful. Give me toys. Give me this. Give me, oh, I know that's how they are in America. Give me this. Give me that. Never, what can I do for somebody else?
Yeah.
Never. Even when we worked together for Tom with that group from the America, from whatever center you were working at. This girl.
I earn.
Right, exactly. Those
Yeah.
kids, I mean, they were wonderful. They were really rich kids. And I wondered just how much they gave back when they got home, the poor areas. I wonder if any of that really got to them. My daughter will be speaking about projects in a few minutes, even if she kills me. And I'm taping this with people who couldn't get here. Some wonderful, wonderful things we're doing. So I got involved in a book bag project. Tofik, picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, what we did is New York Cares, in conjunction with Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls Women's Network, we collected book bags. Now, kids are going to school. You say, why do they need book bags? Their parents can afford. No, they can't. They're very, very poor area. We were in a part of Bushwick, which is not exactly what I call Beverly Hills. It's a very poor area in Brooklyn, and they don't have the thing. So when you go to school, there's a certain amount of competition, and there's a certain amount of oh, look at this one's book bag, look at that one's book bag. So what we did is we stuffed the book bags with school materials. I know you did something like this before too for Tom. We stuffed it with materials for school, so all these kids would have what they needed. It was a good 2 hours that we worked, maybe even more. And we stuffed it, and the bags came with notebooks, pencils, crayons, markers, rulers, pens, everything you could possibly imagine. And it was absolutely amazing. So that's what we did. And to me, it was just a worthwhile project. First of all, parents were coming to thank us. The students were very well behaved. It's a very bad area. They were so well behaved, you wouldn't believe it. And the,
Just give
they had
me
all
a
kinds of-
minute.
they had watermelon as a fruit. They
Sorry
had,
for disturbing
face
you.
painting. I'm gonna let you talk next, honey. They can
No,
have.
I need
face
to go to
painting.
pray and then I'll be back.
What, honey?
Okay.
Pray and then I'll be back.
Okay, go ahead and pray.
Okay?
Say a prayer for mom. Okay, so they had face painting. They had all kinds of wonderful things. And
Lovely.
at the end, they received a book. They got to choose their own book bag, which is what I have to say, it's ownership, because you get to choose your own thing and then you come out and you feel good. So, Tofik, do you have pictures?
I'm trying to post them.
Well, if you can't, I'll just talk past it. That's it.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, we have, that was a project that meant a lot. Saving Souls Women's Network has become my pride and joy. Why? Because we're no longer just a network. We have become known by a lot of different people. Our books, we have 50, close to 50 books. Like I said, Christine is going to be, Christine Yakama is going to be funded by the UN. That says a lot. He's bringing a mission to the UN. Now, how did he bring it? Because it came to Saving Souls Women's Network. That's a powerful thing to think that a crazy lady who started this in New York
Yeah.
hooked up with a wonderful lady in Kenya, and the magic began. But that isn't the only, I mean, I have some wonderful, wonderful people. We have the person, did you, Tofik, nothing from Hasnain?
No, I sent him a message. I'm waiting for him to join.
You sent it on Messenger?
Yeah.
Okay, let's forget it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what we're doing, and I think that, I'm sorry that the kids aren't gonna be here, but it's okay. We are starting to have something different in Lynn's Kids. We're going to do it some parts of the world. We are going to have student, what we call student ambassadors. And Ayan Hasnain, who's in grade 8, is going to be
Okay.
a student global director. And he's going to
Oh,
direct
good.
issues from other students are going to write to him. Other
Mhm.
students will write to him. He might answer some questions. He'll hold meetings. They'll be virtual probably.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, that's what I try to tell you. Okay, so that's one of them. The second one is the little kids. That's Mohammed has named Bangladesh. The little kids is going to be, that's the little guy. He is going to be doing art. He's going to be the art director. He's maybe 8 years
Oh,
old.
wow.
So
That's so
cute.
good.
His name is Adian, whatever. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But in any case, he's going to be the art director. So he's going to get projects from all over the world. The most exciting part that's happening for me,
Oh,
Tofik
that's
doesn't
so
even know all
good.
about this because I'm the one that's been grabbing in these projects. The most wonderful thing in the world to me, and I almost cried when I had it happen. As you know, Leah, just like you, I counsel people.
Yes.
And I counseled this young woman who had 4 children, who made a very big mistake, and really 5 kids. She made a big mistake in her life. She went to a wedding in Nebraska and she had a joyride. They were taking drugs. She wasn't thinking about what she was doing to her kids. The other kids weren't with her, only the baby. And the car was pulled over. The baby was taken away from her. She went to jail.
Oh,
But what makes this eventually, I've been counseling her straight through. She's back. She hasn't had any narcotics in her system for over 200 days.
fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm very, very
Hi,
proud.
George.
Oh, that's marvelous.
You see it,
Really
Tofik?
wonderful.
George Hager.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna get to him in 2 minutes. So,
That's marvelous, Lynn.
and
That is
George
so
is a
marvelous.
member of
That
Lynn's
really
Kids,
is.
since I'm gonna be doing the introduction since we started already. So we're going to have, George, I'm gonna say this for you again so that you can, first of all, welcome and I love you. The second thing is that, we're going to have student directors. So if you're working with kids from New York, I know that you're working in the public advocate's office, but if you have your own kids who are working in New York, they could be student directors. We have student director for global projects in Bangladesh. We have student directors for art projects in Bangladesh. We will have them in Morocco. We will have them in Oman. We will have them all over the place. Now, I want to tell you why. George, I really need to talk to you personally. There's a part of this that I can't say here, but we're also going to be trying to read books with students. Not read, write. Read and write. So another global project that I'd like you to hear about. I thought he was coming, but I guess he can't get connected. He's saying hello to you, Toshi. He doesn't hear. I didn't say hi, Lynn. In any case, the project that Gavanna Black opened up an orphanage in Ghana. And this man, I was hoping that he would be here, but maybe Tofik can send everybody that's here some videos of him. But I am going to explain things to George now, just for a minute or two. George, we are having a meeting that will be at you. Thank you, George. At you. Why can't I see your face? Okay, whatever. We're having a meeting at UN headquarters the first week in December. I would like you very much to be there, because this is going to be a time where I'm going to showcase everything that everybody is doing. It's not only going to be about Lynn. Roy Paul is doing Sensibility, where he's going to be talking about how he teaches financial literacy to children. I'm going to be talking about Lynn's kids. Fran is going to do From Seed to Soup Kitchen. I have people from anywhere where they, that can get here. If they can get here by themselves, they're talking. My girlfriend Shirley from California will be talking about the homeless, along with me, because that's my passion. And Tofik will be talking about the website and marketing, and videography, because he is just the best videographer. So George, I don't know what the date is, but I will give you plenty. As soon as I hear it, it's the first week in December. I will give you plenty of time. You want to be able to promote some of the projects that you're doing, and the project that you want to do, like teaching a course on civil. This is, what we're talking about, teaching a course on civic studies, and kids need that, because we're so out of control here that's perfect. Now, the reason I want George there is because I want him to share what he's going to do. This is one of the books that we wrote, also very important books, that was PS 140 in New York. I gave them 1 day a week, every week. And this is the book they did. It was Young Authors Project. Of course, I volunteered. If I didn't volunteer, I'd be rich.
Awesome. Oh my goodness.
Very unruly kids. They weren't really well behaved. Tofik didn't know them. I knew them way before he did. Very poorly behaved kids, but through writing, they came alive, and I couldn't believe it. So, George, I want you and I also to be able to talk a little bit about. And George, how come I see you only typing? You can't talk?
Yes, I can talk. Good morning.
Good, I love to hear.
Good
This.
morning.
Okay. And why can't I see George, Tofik?
I'm gonna come in a second. I'm just not. I just kind of stumbled up this morning, so give me a second. I'm coming on.
Sure.
Okay, I'll wait
Go
for
ahead,
you. No
Vanna.
problem. George, I want you to be able to talk about some of the private things you do, like all the wonderful projects you do with kids that you wanted funding for, because this is going to be a meeting that all the dreams of ours can possibly come true if we dream big enough. When we speak personally, George, I want you to type your phone number so I can actually call you and speak to you personally. Because I
Okay.
have a lot of things to tell you, which I don't want to do at the meeting.
Right.
So, if you could type your phone number in the chat box, it would be a good thing.
Yes.
Other than that, so we're going to have lots of different people from lots of different places promote their projects. But I'd like George and Lynn to do hunger and homelessness in New York. And I think that the two of us have some experience. We came close. And not only that, but we're surrounded by it. And these are all the books written with children. And also we gave them journals and notebooks and things to really, for sustainability. Here's books written by Two Bridges, which I just loved. They wrote 2 books. I mean, oh, there you are. Hi, honey.
Hi, how you doing?
Written, by Two Bridges. And I'm always.
Hello, brother.
Hey, brother.
So this is also what we're going to do that day of the meeting. Listen carefully. Every author who is an accredited published author, I don't care if you published in garbage.com or if you publish on Amazon.com, is going to bring copies of their book. At the end of the book, we're going to have a book signing and we're going to sell. And we're gonna sell some books. Let's make some money. This isn't only about us. This is about helping. And George, you have a lot of projects that you do that I love. So I want you to talk about your project. You and I will get together and talk about, you know, what's going on. George, if I come to in the vicinity of your office at I say our Starbucks, because that's where we used to meet. If I come to our Starbucks in, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks, can you meet me there one day while you're working?
Certainly.
I'd rather sit across from you than to go through personal things that we can do that can make it good for
Sure.
you.
Sure.
When I thought of this meeting, I said, George better come, because if he doesn't come, half of my purpose is gone. Okay, now I'm waiting for Tom to come back from praying to introduce some of her projects. I'm going to talk about a very special man in my life. And no, it's not my husband, who is the most special man in my life. It's a gentleman called Gavana Black. Gavana Black is from Kenya. And what Gavana Black, this is a project of Fran and I. George knows Fran, my friend Fran. From Lynn's kids, we did from seed to soup kitchen. This is what I talked about before. It's a hunger poverty project, and we planted and then we brought it to a soup kitchen. So that was a very important project. Tofi, can you get Gavana Black's pictures?
Yes,
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
my pleasure. Yeah, go
okay.
ahead.
I just want to see one thing. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
And Gavana Black, when they had something in Kenya, it was very bad. It was like an earthquake or one of these things. They have things all the time. And there were children living in the street. They lost their parents. This angel of God, who is a musician, this angel of God took the kids out of the street and brought them into a building that was an abandoned building, which he had fixed up out of his own money from being a musician. And I can tell you, George, he's as rich as we are, so you can understand what I'm saying. He's got nothing but a lot of love in his heart, which is how Lynn and George always operate. So he built up this thing, and he called it was an orphanage, and he called it Lynn's Kids Orphanage in Ghana. When we were funded, I was able to give him, even without funding, he never asked for anything. And these kids are the cutest things. And Tofik will send to everybody at this meeting pictures of them and of everything that's happening. So that's one country that I'm very proud of. Fatam will talk about herself. I don't think that he heard me, George, but we're now doing global student directors. So we have student directors in Bangladesh. The older one, who is in grade 8, is going to be the global student coordinator. He will coordinate global projects in his country and around the Africa. And we have his little brother, who was like maybe 6 years old. He's going to be the student art director. So we're looking good here. We have a lot of wonderful things going on here. And we also have projects. Well, I think most of the projects succeed, because if we're doing hunger projects, we have to help. And I don't know about any places where I know that. My daughter is praying. You see the moon and the stars. That's who she is. She'll be back after her prayers. I went to Oman and I said to her, Fatam, I need to feed a hungry family. And what did Fatam say? Mom, we don't have a lot of that. We take care of our neighbors. Can you imagine those beautiful words? We take care of our neighbors. This doesn't happen in New York. Nobody takes care of anybody. Nobody cares. So it was just, I said, can you imagine, George and Leah turning around? And Tofik knows, because I told him the story, turning around to people and saying, I said, here, I was asked to come there and do some staff development and writing. And they asked me also to talk about Saving Souls Women's Network. And at the time, they asked me to talk about anything I wanted to. So I brought up hunger and poverty. They all looked at me as if I was crazy. There was one family in that town. I'll never forget this as long as I live. One family, one, that was hungry. Everybody else, and people from that, there she is. People from that place, actually, the one wonderful thing is they all took care of their neighbors. Oman is, by far, and I'm not saying this because my daughter just came back, Oman is, and I'm sorry, Tofik, I love you. Oman is the most wonderful country in the world. If I had to go to visit any country again, and I had the money, she's rich, I'm not, I would go to Oman. For Tom, I want you now, before we do anything else, you take your drink so you can talk. She talks all the time, and she talks too quickly, so make sure you slow down. I
Not
want
talking as much as
Tom
you
to
are.
tell them a little bit about what we did with them, oh, the wonderful projects that you do, even if you're not doing them now, okay?
Hi, everybody. Hi, George.
Hello. Hi.
And hi, Leah. Hi, Tawfiq. Hi, Mama Lynn. How are you? I hope everything is good with you all. And
Thank
my
you.
pleasure today to be here with you to talk about our experience with the great New York mother.
Sure.
We spent such a wonderful time. As he said, the projects are going on, even changing my work, but still doing the work that makes us human and feel about others.
Mhm.
As she said, we did a lot of literacy, either in Oman or the world, and we have here some literacy projects that we work on, like women, old women who are not educators. There is a big project here in Oman for literacy. It is not us as volunteers, no, it is government work. They would like that everyone has the right to learn. They focus a lot on children also. We help a lot of children, either because we have some areas which is very far from the governorates itself, like big cities. So the government is working very, very, very hard. The government is in everything we are doing. We can't do something by just ourselves. They are supporting us. We are volunteers just to raise up the ideas, to create a new projects, to connect our country to other countries. And since we are talking about women, after 2 weeks from now, 17th of October, it is the Women Day in Oman, the Omanis Women Day. And this is a date or a day that has been selected by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Allah's mercy on him. He identified this day for Omani women as rewarding for their efforts to build this country. They're participating for just being in such positions all over the world. In this day, we used to have some rewards, either in our organizations where we are working, and all the country, they are celebrating these days. And also they announced the most accomplishment woman in the country. Now for 3 years with the new sultan, because he has a wife. His wife is rewarding all the women, either in education and health, law, and economy, and different areas in the country. So women are working, women are everywhere. They are equal to men. They are working as much as they're working, and they accomplishing a lot of things, especially in education. You can find maybe we have more around 1,500 schools. Most of them, they are women who are working in these schools. Since we have like from grade 1 to grade 4, it is all women teachers. We don't have men teachers from grade 1 to grade 4. You know, in this age, kids, they need to be with their mothers. They need to feel that they are still at home. So all the teachers are women. From grade 5, they are separate in different schools. So here, the turn for men to be boys with men and ladies with women until grade 12. Then they go back together in the university or in the college to be together, either teachers and students, male and female. Then they are together again while they are working. Now also there is a lot of chances for ladies to work in different areas. Before, like in 90s, or we can say 1970 until 98, the women, they were only teachers and nurses. You can't find Omanis in any other area. But now they are everywhere. You can find them. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, accounting, marketing, everywhere. Now also they can fly all over the world. They represent the country in different occasions. And the first, I think, a woman who has been the ambassador of US among the Arab countries was Omani. and she spent around maybe 20 or 25 years as ambassador of Oman in US and DC. Just she has been changed like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So we are here and there doing a lot. As a personal work, as I said, we are working for literacy projects. We are looking for people who are in the hospitals, supporting women who can do some work at home since they can't get out. For example, they can cook their food and then we can sell it for them. The money goes back for this family to support their conditions. We have a lot of like, I can't say homeless, they are not homeless, but people who are in need. So we are giving them helping hand. We are supporting them, for example, to start their own project at home. Some of them, they can design some clothes so they can sell it on Instagram or their online shopping. Some of them, they are authors. Some of them, they are artists. Some of them, they are designers. Some of them, they are teachers online. They can teach online. All of these things, now you can find women are just being in all of these fields and they are giving hand in everything. That's what can I say.
Wonderful. I'm so proud of you. I'm always proud of my daughter, but she never graces me with coming to meetings. Mom, I'm so busy. And like I'm sitting back and
I
playing.
told you the time is just
Over.
moving from my town to my work town. The time is clashes with me. The time is clashes with me.
Okay, I'm
Mhm.
thrilled that you came because I wonder, even if we send this tape to other people, I want people to have an idea of the wonderful things that can be done. And this is something that's also going to involve George and Lynn. He's gonna kill me. But we're doing something very, very different, which because of the counseling. I counseled a young woman. I started saying it and then more people came in. I counseled a wonderful young woman, but she made mistakes in life. Look, hey, I've made a million of them and I know we all have. I've came close to poverty and I know we all have. You have to feel it to believe it.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is
think
all
that
about feeling.
for me, the most amazing thing I've ever done is a book that I did with other women. It's not only about me. A lot of other, this is not Lynn. This is what other people are doing too. It's called The Homeless Hotel. It is a book that talks about poverty from all other parts of the world. Now let me get back to the woman because I can go from one thing to another. The woman that I was talking about, and the reason I mentioned George is because George is a sort of a social worker. That woman is from California. She made a mistake. She went to a wedding in Nebraska. She did a joyride, not thinking of her kid. She was a druggie. And the other kids were in California. She took the baby, who was a little baby at the time. Maybe she was 4 months old, 5 months old, in the car. She left the baby in a car with other family members who were 18, didn't have a license. The car was pulled over. The baby was immediately taken by the court of Nebraska and made a ward of the state of Nebraska. And somebody became a foster parent, and the baby within 3 minutes was taken away from her. Her whole life changed. Did she deserve it? I have to think that if you play, you have to pay. It's always been my theory.
Mr. Fatam,
In the background.
there is a
Yes.
back sound. Something is playing back in Arabic.
Okay.
Maybe the TV. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I couldn't hear.
Go ahead.
So my point is, this girl within 1 minute lost her life because she had a joyride with drugs. So what we did with her, I knew her mother. We counseled. We got her into a rehab program. Took a while, didn't happen. Got her back to California. Got her into a rehab program in California. Now she's back in college, taking courses for drug counseling. In fact, on September 20th, the baby will hopefully be given back to her. It's been close to 2 years that she hasn't had her daughter, but she sees her daughter all the time because she has visitation. And her boyfriend, you'll see the reason why I'm bringing this up. Her boyfriend was with her, And he also got into trouble, of course, and he's rehabilitated himself. I counseled both of them. This is why I'm bringing this up, because I want to be a part of Lynn's Saving Soul. And they're going to come and lecture about what they did. I am working with their parole officers, devising give back programs, and they're working with us in Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls. And they're also writing a book with me about their experiences, and their children who are a little bit older are writing how their experiences affected them. So it's not only how it's all part of Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls, wonderful things happening. And that's why I mentioned George in the social work, because this is your area of expertise. And if I ever get a chance to bring them in, I definitely will. And here's the home. That's just a picture. That's not the cover of the book, sweetie. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's good. In any case, these were people who slept in their car and I'll tell you, and it's not a terrible, terrible thing, but these are people who slept in their car, and because the mother refused to take them in, and I understand she was afraid that they were going to steal from her. When they're in drugs, they became very dangerous. So instead, we got them to counseling. Now they're coming out. She's going to be teaching. She's going to be a drug counselor, and he has a good job in construction. So they went from doing the wrong thing to doing the right thing. So, George, if you have any cases or you have anything of your own agenda that might help you to further yourself, it doesn't have to be Lynn's Kids. Or also, I want you to bring books, like I said, to the conference. When I meet you, I'll speak about the Lynn George issues. I want to be out there helping more people. The kids now are going to be counselors. Delaney will be in charge with the new York students in the United States, and she works for kids from other states. And she's in California, so get kids from California. George, if we can find any kids from New York, it would be a good thing. So we'll work on that. I think possibly Fran's granddaughter Peyton, but I have to find out. So, George, are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you well.
Okay, great. So let's say even your kids are older. Maybe they can find something to say. Eventually, this can turn into a kind of project which will give us both what we're looking for. When I see you personally, I can discuss that, which I can't discuss here. So
Okay.
you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Any books that you wrote, anything that you wrote, we're selling. We're going to spend like the last 40 minutes, whatever, selling books. We're all going to be doing book signings. I'm going to have Taufik's cookbook, which, may I say how proud I am of him, which is now on Amazon. And it's a wonderful book, Moroccan cooking. I'm still waiting, George, for you and your wife to come over for Moroccan cooking.
Oh, yes. I've told
the
her.
pandemic is over. Gordon and his wife will probably be coming in a few weeks. That's the
Okay.
UN one. You know, maybe you can come at the same time to get to meet him. To me, they're helping people, especially when it comes to addiction. I'm looking at these people now and I'm feeling very proud because I'm seeing the difference. Here's Taufik's cover. I'm seeing the difference of how they started and where they are. She was so discouraged, and I told her, you can get the kid back if you do the right thing. Well, somebody finally listened to me. And she's doing a great job. I work with her parole officer. I work with his parole officer. I set up outreach projects. And I want to make outreach a big thrust of the meeting. When I see you, I'll tell you about that. And Fran, I hope will be at that meeting too. It's very important. Too many homeless in New York. Every other block, there are homeless people in New York. We have to do something about this. Even if we have to have, maybe you can get some of the people you work with, and I'll get some of the people I know. We have to have, before it gets too cold, some kind of rally for homelessness, because yeah, they're rallying for this life matters, that life matters, immigrants, and yes, I understand about immigrants. But I think it's time that we start rallying for the people in New York, instead of other people with billions of dollars to get immigrants from California, from everywhere to New York. But what are we doing about our own people? We're not. And that really, really kills me that we're taking in all these immigrants. I have no problem with immigrants. That we're taking in all these people, but we're not taking care of our own homeless. And don't you find that there's something wrong with it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna, when we see each other, we're gonna have a big thrust and a big talk about this, and we will stage a protest. I don't want to stage it at the time of the meeting because the meeting will be in a uppity kind of place, and I don't want to. Although I think I've struck or rallied against every embassy that there is in New York, but I want to do it the right time and place and before it gets too cold. Also, George, I'd like your wife to be a part of the meeting. We want to bring in women, and maybe someday you can give me her name and her email, and we can get her involved in some of these Saving Souls Women's Network. Because the one thing that I like about Lynn's Kids and Saving Souls is it's family. It's not just, it's not just strangers joining together so that they can look good or collect money. We are giving so others can be living. Yeah, we need to make money, and we will. We're fundraising, I have loads of ideas. But the most important thing to me is that we have to show family. So if you can bring her to the meeting, that's a good thing. We can involve her in certain things. If my daughter could come in December, but she can't because she's on Mecca. Oh God, give me strength. She will be here in January, whatever, and we will do some sort of an action when she comes here too.
Who said this? I'll be there in January.
What, sweetheart? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I say, inshallah, we are coming and just making the changes.
First of all, tell me, who is we?
Me and someone,
Ooh, is it a man or a woman?
for sure, woman. I'm not traveling with men. You know that.
What was Hayan? Was he a dream?
He's working and now he's busy with his wife and his daughter.
Okay, bring somebody who is like a Mosa or a your people. Anybody
Yeah,
that
I
I
know.
love from there.
Yeah, I
Fatima
will.
leads a very interesting life. But when she comes, we will also bring her to do some projects, and we will introduce her, George, to the streets of New York. Which who the heck
Yeah,
would?
sure.
Also, Lynn's Kids will be giving out global and regular courses free. We're going to be, it's probably towards the end of October because it involves a lot of stages. And George, I will send you the flyer. So if your kids want, or anybody you know, you can put it up in the public advocate's office or whatever. It's all free. I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not selling anything. I'm just trying to help people. And they're going to be all different kinds of courses. So, Tofi, can you take the background off, please?
Sure.
Okay, great, thank you. So as, I think I basically filled you in on a lot of stuff. For Tom talked. George, George, I want you to tell them a little bit about the things that you do.
Sure. So, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So,
Good
one of
morning.
the- good morning. One of the things I do is mentor young people, and pretty much I work on getting young people in college, get them in careers or jobs, or mentor them, what I call academic youth mentoring, tutoring, and basically just steering kids on a good pathway educationally. I am in the midst of writing some books. I am no longer with the Attorney General's office.
You're kidding.
Yeah, Lynn, it's a short story, but nevertheless, I had to take a early retirement in
Good for
May,
you.
but I'm trying to find work again. But in the
Don't worry.
meantime,
Come to
yeah.
that meeting and I promise you that things will happen.
Okay, but in the meantime, that's what I do. I've been doing this for the last 3 decades or more, and very proud. Although the numbers, I can't show you big numbers of kids I've helped, but I have helped substantial amounts of people, and not just kids, but young adults and others too. So that's pretty much what I do. And I am in ministry. I've been in ministry 38
And
years.
with New York Cares, George, and it wouldn't
Right.
hurt for you to join New York Cares. With New
Okay.
York Cares, I am going to be doing exactly what you just said. I am going to be working with young students from high school and college, getting them prepared for life. There are New York kids, people who are very interested in people who have experience. Like I said, when we meet, I'll discuss all the things I have in my mind about you. My wheels are turning. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing this every Saturday from October 22nd to whatever, probably the rest of my life. And as far as the high school goes, that starts next week. No, on the 29th, I'll be tutoring high school students. So it wouldn't hurt if you like dive into this and George, and you get yourself together and possibly join me for a New York Care session, and then I can introduce you to other people
Wonderful.
who work there. And we never, you and I have been on a journey together,
Yes.
and meeting more people. I have to say to everybody, everybody here is somebody that I trust and love, but I don't trust a lot of people, and I don't love a lot of people. Quality is the choice. You choose quality above anything else. And when I do invite Gordon to dinner, I would like you and your wife to be there also for very many wonderful reasons.
Okay.
Want to be there too. Okay, so now the tutoring, keep in mind New York Cares, George,
Okay.
because this is the way to get your feet in, and that's a good thing too. Okay, now, I know he doesn't want to talk, and I really don't care because no man tells me what they're going to do or what they're not going to do. But Lynn's kids would not be Lynn's kids, especially the way it is now, without the help of the best part of my life, my husband, Tawfiq Siddiqui. Tawfiq Siddiqui, let me explain. When I met him in Morocco, there was no chemistry until after like the second or third week. But he had a sweetness about him that I haven't seen in many men, other than George and a few others. And he had that kind of, I want to help the world. I might not have a penny in my pocket, but I want to help the world, just like me. I don't have a penny in my pocket, but I want to help the world. I want to do as much as I can do. And I want to do this and I want to do that. And it's never for the money. It's giving so others can be living. That's why we're all here. That's why you were all chosen, because we're all very, very special. So we're going to be doing lots of stuff like that. But we wouldn't have a website and we wouldn't have meetings like this if my wonderful husband didn't. And it's not only because he's my husband. He is by far the most talented videographer I've ever seen. He is by far a wonderful writer. And his cookbook, let me tell you, it's not that I'm promoting it because he's my husband, but it really is wonderful. Because it's not only about Moroccan cooking, it's about history of Morocco. So, honey, don't torture me. Speak a little bit about the web and tell them what you need from them if they're part of any kind of project. Go ahead, Tawfiq.
I'm not ready, baby. I'm not ready to speak. Later, inshallah.
Tawfiq?
Yeah, I'm not ready to speak. Maybe later. I will.
We're not going to have
speak
that much
about-
later, Tawfiq.
Yeah, maybe I will speak later about my book.
Oh, okay. I'm not talking about your book. I'm talking about the website.
Yeah,
Can
the
you just
website includes every event we have attended. It includes a e-library with all the books Lynn has written. We post those books on our website. There was a link to in the menu about the books, and of course all the activities we do volunteer, especially the last event about Christine. She's a leader who works with women. She's a leader empowering women in Africa. So she has a great job and great activity with women there. And thanks God, we linked her maybe 2 weeks ago with Gordon, who was interested in helping her. So things are going good for this project about Christine, who is in Kenya. And other activities, every activity we did and we do, you can find everything in the website.
can you type the name just in case I don't know?
Yeah, we offer courses, free courses for children and adults. You can find that on the Facebook, on my website too. courses about writing journal, courses about teaching Arabic and French, courses about poetry. All these courses are free and will be held by Lynn and myself. And of course, we promote all kids activities and all women who are in need or in trouble with their daily life. So in general, this is the whole content of the website, and we update every day about any news we do in our volunteering or charity that Lynn's Kids is leading in the past until this day. So in general, this is the whole content of our website, and I'm sharing the link just the last updated the last update of our
It's a
activities.
wonderful
I'm
website.
sharing, yeah, I'm sharing here with the website.
On the website, you'll see the copies of all the books.
Yeah,
And you will see activities that we really do with children.
sure.
And I think that's
Yeah,
what the
I'm
most
I'm
important thing is.
posting the link of the website. You can share, you can check later on, just to let everyone talk.
Okay,
And
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Great job, Tofik. And Tofik is our videographer. He sets up our meetings. We couldn't do this without him. So thank you, honey. Okay. Leah, do you have anything you want to say?
I want to say how grateful I am to everyone for being here and for all that you can, contribute to helping this world, which needs all the help it can get, heaven knows. And I think everyone here has put their heart and soul into doing the best that they can. And to me, that is such a blessing and so marvelous. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And it means a lot to me that you were here today. Okay, and see Tofik showed you the background of the website. And Tofik, all you had to do was print. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love it. If you go to the website, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see everything, and it's all over. If you're in Facebook, just go to Lynn's Kids, look at the website, and you'll see anything, any information that you need. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I have an
How
easy
can you
one.
promote yourself?
Well, that's what we're doing. First of all, we're going to have the meetings in prestigious places. We're not just having them in little buildings. We also are going to be putting out, Tofik is going to be making a newsletter that children from all over the world are going to do. I'm going to have Gordon take that newsletter and promote it through the UN. We are going to, we have loads of ways. We're doing a lot of promotions, and Tofik is our marketing promoting man. And
Good.
we're really being, well, especially because of Saving Souls Women's Network, we are really being seen. And like I said, it's not with us, it's not here. We all need money to exist, but it's about what we can give so others can live. So we are promoting, and at the same time to fund, this is how I put it, we're promoting to fund programs. Like what George said about the civic studies. These kids have to know about manners, because I can tell you lots of kids in New York have no clue. They have to know about what society expects of them. Of course, like that has to be funded, because it has to involve trips, to places where they can learn about some of these things. It has to involve working together in outreach projects. This all includes funding. This all needs funding. So we're going to try to handle all of that at our meeting, because we're going to have a few important people there. And word of mouth is making Lynn's Kids, and Tofik's website is making Lynn's Kids into what I want it to be.
I want to add something for Brother George. I will send you a PDF copy for the whole book. Actually, we sell it on Amazon and our website, but you deserve a free copy. I will send you later on.
That's right, George's family members.
Yeah, through your messenger or through your, I don't know, maybe WhatsApp. We'll
Okay,
talk
great.
later. I will send you the whole copy of the book, brother.
Okay,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so
Thank you
I
for
really, does anybody else have anything they want to say?
No.
Okay, so I think
No.
we covered a lot of stuff.
I would like to say something about the Arabic courses.
Yes,
Yeah.
There are some websites I can, or some companies. I just put the name of them. They
okay,
have very useful and very wonderful books for Arabic for non-natives, even the way how to teach it, and they have it electronic and hard copies. But for electronic, you can find it in their website. It is very
Wonderful.
Can
useful.
you write it?
Yeah.
Can you write the website link, sister?
She said she did.
I just write the name already on the chat, Kalimon. It is there. You just kalimon.edu, I think it is like that. Then you will find that from Kalimon, they are very, very helpful and useful people there. They have everything, even for listening, for Arabic songs, for teaching poetry, everything. It is from KG1 till grade 12.
Wonderful.
Everything
Great.
is there, and it talks, and they gather it. They have actually maybe 3 editions. One with it is all about Arabic language, but one it is for Arabic with Omani culture, Arabic with the Qatari culture, Arabic with the Egyptian culture. So whatever you want to teach, this people, they have very great sources for this kind of.
Yeah.
Even you will see
Great.
that there is different in pictures. For example, pictures for Omani culture, you will see the Omani culture, Omani dress, coded dress with men and women. For you, if you're UAE, Emirates, for Qatar. So the learners from or through these books, they will know that this kind of Arabic, it is Arabic language, but it relates to this culture of the country. It is very, very useful, and you will like it. And it is interactive books. Their materials and their tools, they are very, very interactive. And
That's great.
they use very useful materials and very simple language that can be easy for everyone, either for adults, for children, and or for all people who are eager in learning Arabic language and culture.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That all sounds good. Okay,
And
does anybody
I
else
have
have anything
some
they want to
copies.
say?
I have some PDF copies for some curriculums. I can send it for you, Tawfiq, on WhatsApp or even by email.
Yes. Yes.
So these curriculums will help you even how to raise up a course for learning Arabic, either from grade
Wonderful.
1 or for beginners, intermediate, and for advanced. I have a lot of them. And even my book that I make it, which is around 70 activities, all of them interactive activities. You
Great.
can read the
Wow.
book and you can use them as warm-up class, or even in the middle, you can work with the students. So just you make your class or your course very interactive, and people, they are gonna to like it. And there is also another website, they call it Urab. Urab,
Okay.
like this. I just already sent it, Arab. This is like Cambly. Do you know Cambly apps?
Yeah, I know
This
they're
app,
like a publishing
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, the
By the
Cambly,
way,
where you go through and you find a teacher who can help you online for the course, like 2 months. They pay, I think, around
Wonderful.
$7.
by the way,
This one that I sent it for you, Arab, it is also for Arabic learners. You can be with them as a member, or you can be as a teacher with them. They will help you to join them, and then you can also, they can fund the course that you are doing. For example, you will be the teacher
Wow.
for 3 or 4 students, then the payment from these students will be for you.
Oh, that's cool.
by the way, I'm using. I taught Arabic and French for foreigners when I was in Morocco, and I got a chance to teach one lady that we know, me and Lynn. I taught her Arabic. She's a Japanese lady,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I also use so great audiobook about teaching Arabic to strangers and also French. So thank you for your documents or your links
So
you
we can
send.
use it.
But
That's
I have
wonderful.
my
Thank
own
you.
also. I will check all what you send. I have
That's
also
fabulous. It
own-
never hurts to know
my
more.
own curriculum stuff to teach that
That's
because
good
I did
since,
it. Yeah,
yeah, great
yeah,
since you have your own curriculum. Just what I send to have an idea how to make your classes more interactive,
Wonderful.
sure,
and
sure.
also
Thank
to
you
have
so
an
much.
Tom is
idea
very
about
interactive.
the updates of learning Arabic and how do people just use the social media and whatever around you, raising up the learning process, and also helping teachers to be more creative and innovation in teaching and learning.
By the way,
Okay.
my dad was an Arabic teacher, just to and I always loved that language. And my dad was also a scholar. He was imam in a mosque, and at the same time, his Arabic was wonderful. And
Yeah,
he learned in Al-Qarawi University. It's known and famous university in Fez City. And if you Google it, it's the first university in the world. I'm not saying something strange, but just go to Google and write Google Al-Qarawi University. This university was the first university that taught everything about sciences. And my dad is a graduate from that school. My point is that I'm so excited to give that free because I taught people before my country, and here with charging them. Now that I have all the tools and plus the tools you sent me, I'm ready to follow or any course and any curriculum that will help me do more and better teaching classes. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Now,
Sir.
no
Thank
matter what projects you're doing with women, with children, with anyone, take pictures and send them to Tawfiq. Send them to Tawfiq's email. Everybody knows it by now.
Yeah.
And whether it's with women or whatever you're doing, please send pictures and show what you're doing. I want to
Okay.
Yeah,
thank everyone, the people who spoke, the people who didn't speak, and I'm so thrilled to have my soul sister with us today.
Okay,
Yeah,
Because
sure.
thank you so much.
she means a lot to
Mm.
us, and she's been very sick. and
I'm
we
so
thank
happy
God.
that we can make it finally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this
Yes, it's
Fatam, I
very
will
good.
say just 2 words. This lady is the most generous lady, and she
Oh, she's
always,
amazing.
yeah, she always do great things locally in Oman and
She's the better
internationally.
part of me, like Tawfiq. She's
Yeah,
just
we
a
love you,
wonderful,
sister. Sophia.
wonderful lady. And just having her here is enough.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what I need. I just
Thank
absolutely
you
love
so
her.
much.
Brother George, can you write your email, please, so I can send you the full copy of the book?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Tawfiq, can you
Yes.
also send him Homeless Hotel?
Sure. Yeah, I will.
Okay. And can you send him the one about body shaming?
Yeah.
While we're at
yeah,
it,
I
why
have
not?
both. He
Okay, good.
deserves it, brother. He deserves it.
I know George for many, many years, and I can't agree more.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Smiling man. The smiling man.
Okay,
All the-
Smiling Man, we will see you in about 2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you all so much.
Okay,
Sure.
honey,
I will
send
send
our
it after the
regards to
meeting,
your
brother.
wife,
Thank you,
and
sister.
keep it
I will.
keep a date open when you can come here for a rockin' dinner.
I sure
Okay.
will.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay,
Thank you for
everyone,
everything.
thank you
Okay,
so
Nice
much.
to meet you, George. Nice to hear
meet
about you, Lee.
you.
And
You
nice
too.
to meet you all. Thank you. Have a good
Thank
time.
you.
Have a great day.
For gracing us
Okay,
with
you
your
too.
presence. I
Thank
really
you.
feel like when I deal with you, I need an autograph because she's so famous and so popular that she never has time for a mother. But I'm thrilled that you came today. I'm not telling any secrets. Don't worry about it. Okay,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Thank you so much for
Okay,
coming. I
bye-bye.
love you
Thank
all.
you,
Okay.
sister.
My
Bye.
salama. Love you all. My salama.
Check some message I
Bye.
sent you, Sister Fatam. Salam
Fatam,
alaikum.
get your ticket.